CIO News. I'm Akash Mistry, your host for the broadcast at CIO News. This is a recorded session and will be available on our website cionews.co.in and our CIO News LinkedIn handle. This is an exclusive fireside chat powered by Avaya on transformation through customer experience. Businesses are built by experiences they provide, and every day, millions of those experiences are delivered by Avaya. Avaya is shaping what's next for the future of work with innovation and partnership that delivers a game-changing business benefit. So let's dive in and let me introduce my guest for today, Mr. Sendil Kumar Venkatesan. He is a Group Chief Technology Officer for Shriram Capitals Limited. He is associated with this group for more than 22 years in various roles. He is presently heading the IT infrastructure, IT security, and data center operation for the entire group. He is the president of CIO Club Chennai and the member of MCCI. We also have Mr. Adarsh Kaul, India Marketing Lead at Avaya, and also our moderator for today's session. He's an experienced business marketing specialist with a mix of strategy, analytics, and creative experiences. Over to you, Mr. Adarsh.
Hey, thank you, Akash. Thank you for doing this. Thank you, CI News, for doing this for us. Thank you, Senthil, for doing this. Honestly, Senthil, the point is that we've heard so much about Shriram as a conglomerate, as a corporate. It'll be good to hear from your perspective, Senthil, that what does Shriram do? Before I kind of ask you my, my thoughts that are coming across from a perspective of customer experience, which is what we're going to be focusing today. But let's start across with the name Shriram is a very strong brand. What all does Shriram do? If you could just give an insight, that'll probably give a perspective to our audience today.
Yeah. So good afternoon, Adarsh and Akash. So thanks for inviting me for this discussion. So Shriram Capital is the holding arm of Shriram Group companies. So Shriram Group is predominantly into the financial sector, where the flagship company is Shriram Transport Finance, where we give the loans for truck operators. And next comes Shriram City Union Finance, where we give loan for the two-wheelers, gold loan, enterprise finance. Then we have Shriram Housing Finance. So these are the three major finance companies, and we are into insurance, which is a life insurance and general insurance. So regarding general insurance, we are the only insurance company where from IRCTC, when they incorporated giving insurance policy for the travelers, passengers who wanted opt during their journey. So we are the only insurance company from the inception of that. We are continuing and giving the insurance certificates, insurance policies for them. So Shriram Transport Finance, again I want to tell about Shriram Transport Finance, where the asset under management that we call as a AUM in a finance company, it is more than 1.4 lakh crores. So if you take that itself is one of the biggest and largest finance companies in the country. And currently we are in the verge of merging two companies, that is Shriram Transport and Shriram City. So when these two companies are merged, this will be one of the largest finance company in the country. So that is an area where we are focusing it. And coming to the technology, we have a company called Novak Technologies. So Novak Technology predominantly focuses on Shriram Group's application development, data center management, and customer experience center, which is digital. So for entire Shriram Group, along with the Shriram Group company's IT team, Novak Technology do the applications. So when you ask about Shriram Group, further thing is that we have around 3,000 plus branches pan India, and our presence is in such a way that if you touch in an Indian map, our office or branch will be there. To be nutshell.
That's a very lovely, lovely claim in life. So what you're saying is that you are going to be servicing the entire country from an office which is with you. Wow, how cool is that?
And one
And,
more
and
thing, Adarsh, the USP of Shriram Group is that to service the unserviced segment in the country, that is in the bottom of pyramid. So the example, if you tell the truck drivers who wanted to become a truck owners, so we are
Mhm.
there with them, and we see in such a way that how they can pay. It is just like that. We don't give the loan for them. We see how the potential is there, how why they got rejected from a bank, or we will see them based on their potential and also their way in which they wanted to improve their. They want to become entrepreneur or they want to become a owner. So these are the areas where we focus. That's the one more thing which I want to add.
just wanted to check with you, Sendil, on the same note. What is the total amount of customers that you'll be servicing? If you have a number on that, top of your mind.
Okay, we have around 20 million customers. The predominantly we are into multiple areas where we focus it. Like as I was telling on insurance, this everywhere we are into the financial segment. And another thing is that on the investment, because our interest rates are better than the banks and also the leading financial company, and rating also high. When the interest rates and rating by the agencies also so on the higher side, definitely public tend to get invested in our fixed deposits. So a lot of things where we are doing on digital for them.
Very nice. Sendil, so that actually gets me to the agenda of my questioning to you. My first question would be, you dealing with
20 million.
customers, plus I'm sure the prospect list would be furthermore. How do you handle customer experience? So what is the customer experience for Shriram Group? At the end of the day, you're talking to a multitude of people. You're talking to a person like me who's trying to take health insurance or general insurance. You're also talking down to a truck guy, a auto driver. You're also talking across down to people who are actually looking at getting finances for businesses. So how do you differentiate amongst them from a customer experience perspective? What is your customer experience strategy for all of these entire different planes of customers slash prospects that you're dealing with?
See, as I was telling that our customer are different comparing to the regular banks or finance companies. So it doesn't mean that we are not into technology or we are not going towards digital. So earlier, no, the scenario were in such a way that these USP like handling the customers who are in the space like a tier 3 or tier 4 also I can tell, where we have a lot of customer base. Still, we are having that, but there is a competition in our industry too. And second is that we wanted to add more customers, and we wanted to ensure that how we wanted to bring these customers on the technology front. It is like a journey where business is aligned with technology and technology is aligned with the business. This is what the industry is moving, and we are also into that. So if you see the customer experience, what the biggest thing what we have done is that to make their process of getting the loans to simplify the loan process. That is the two things where we are doing it. One is that the turnaround time has been reduced. So earlier X amount means now it is X minus 30% is the turnaround. Second is that simplifying the process. Why we need to have so many process in place, and what is the area where we can make our customer happy and delight. So technology plays a large role here. One is that like personalization. What are the way in which we can personalize? So we are doing in such a way that we have segmented the data in such a way that for this type of customer, if he is having a loan, why can't we give him a child loan? A parent loan will be there, and let him make a child loan for him. Suppose a truck driver is there, for him a fuel is needed. Why can't we give them a loan for him? So whenever he travels, he takes the credit a loan for him, and whenever he uses, then he can pay the interest accordingly. And second is that he may use a tire for his vehicle. So for that, how we can give a loan, how we can integrate with them. So we have to ensure that the customer is with us and what are the needs. Let it be on the personalization side, on the segmentation side, which are the areas for him it is needed, we are doing it. In that, technology plays a major role. One is on the seeing the AML. We have to see the pattern of how he is being used. And second is that like using a nudging by making him comfort on having a certain products where he need to buy. We can give them some offers. So these are the areas where on the customer side we are focusing. Others.
Interesting. So what you're saying is that you're actually mapping your customers' requirements through technology, and therefore coming across down to a solution, or the business is actually coming across saying this thing that. So my question, Sandra, would be that. Uh, do you like have a benchmark on this? Do you have a customer experience benchmark on your entire studies that you're doing across with your customer base? That's one. And another question that dovetails out of this is that how do you actually communicate with them? For example, for me, I am a customer. Am I getting an email from you? Am I getting a telephone call for you? I'm getting a WhatsApp from you. Am I getting
Yeah,
a
yeah. You are telling
messaging
the
service?
media of getting connected, right?
Sorry, I didn't get that part.
No, no. What are the medias? How you are
Yeah,
using
what are the
the
medias?
customer
So first of
experience?
all, I would like to know that have you set up a benchmark that Sendil would measure along with his business, that this is the amount of research that was done on the customer base, and this came out, and is it appropriate or not? And then the other thing is that how did the research happen? So it would be nice if you can probably elaborate about that a bit.
Yes, 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 yes. So two things you asked. One is on the how we are rating the customers or how we are measuring their customer experience like that. See, first is that our customer base. When I was telling that they were not earlier using the smartphones. Now the penetration of smartphones has come in such a way that from B to B, we are now concentrating more on B to C. Earlier a B2B in the sense like our field executives has some mobile applications or mobile app and he goes to the our customers and give him a loan or they collect the EMI. These are the things where he was doing it. Now the mobile apps are there where a customer himself can do that. So for that, how is his experience? So we are seeing a lot of things like customer feedback. We are having a survey for them. Once we give them a loan, we get the feedback from them where a customer care team call them and ask them how he got the loan, how was his feedback. This is one thing where through telephonic from our contact center they reach and they get it. Second is that we once he gets the loan, we are sending a link to them and asking them about the feedback, like what is the way in which that is through an email where we get it. And third is that based on that we collect the which we call as a net promoter score. We understand that what is the NPS of the current segment. Suppose for a vehicle loan, what is the segment? If it is on the child loan, how it has been, what are the experiences? And third is if it's on the two-wheeler, what are the things? So we have classified each and everything and we get the NPS of each and every segment and also for each and every product and see that which are the areas where we can improve it. And third is that through web and also from the social media, we try to collect the open feedback or a feedback where they need, where they are given from the social media. We pull them, we get them, and we find out what are the areas where we need to improve. So this is on the customer survey where we do it. And again, when you are asking about how we communicate to them, one is through a fixed deposit, assuming fixed deposit a person wanted to pay. Earlier it was he has to go to the branch and he has to do that. Now through a website, just to go to shriramcity.in or shriramstfc.in. So he just like go there and he can fill the details and he can pay the amount and there is a eKYC where we connect them and we do it. Otherwise, we will ask the PAN details and also no the KYC document, and we ensure that his fixed deposit is being processed. And second is that we are doing for a loan, we see the eligibility, we collect the documents, or based on this bank statement, we try to do. We have tied up with many third party companies who do that. And earlier it was the website where we were having so many options, screens like that. So it took long time for him to fill, and no, there was no data in such a way that suddenly he closes in mid, and no, he quits. Now we are getting a details logs like why he went, he quit, and why the process has not got completed. So immediately we call them, we understand them, what is the reason. And second is that for that also we do the analysis on how many turn to be a customer, and why this has not been why he is not a customer. So we have a lot of options for that to do. And again, no, we are having a chatbot. We have initiated the chatbot where a customer who wanted anything, he need not go to the branch, just to go to the chatbot and type and get it done. And we started even WhatsApp also. WhatsApp, where his last transaction has been, what is his last transaction and what is the EMI which he has to pay. And we send them the alerts like his EMI is on due. So these are the regular things where we do, Adarsh.
Well, great, man. Absolutely lovely. So what you're saying is that a customer, if he gives feedback on social media, gets captured and gets acted upon. If a customer is, or if it's a prospect, then you track him across. If it's a customer, you communicate with him regularly. But one strong question: uh, is this process, or has this process started across with the fact that you've changed over technology over the last decade? And have you kind of migrated to cloud across for doing this, or are you still a strong believer in a hybrid kind of a mode? How strong has cloud played for you? And if you're a cloud guy, are you like a, you know, believer in pure cloud? Are you a believer in hybrid, keeping something under your control, or your data center? Because you mentioned that managing data center is something that you do yourself. So how does it kind of pan out for you from a technology shift on the cloud perspective? That's one question that comes to me.
Yeah, see, this what are the transformation? It is not overnight or a few days we are doing it. We are doing on the phased manner, and we keep improving. Even now, I can clearly tell that still we have not yet completed the journey. We are in the journey on the phased manner. We are doing it. So we are having now a strong digital team. Earlier, it was there with a very small team. Now we have increased the base of our digital team, and we are planning to even develop a super app for our Shriram group, where we will have for our customer a single app will help him for do any of the Shriram group's business. He can transact through that. And second is that like we were planning to have tie up with multiple companies like, and also multiple organizations for a customer. With this app he can do a lot of utility services and other things also which we are planning. So in this scenario, definitely I feel that it will be inevitable for any organization no to move on cloud. So moving on cloud is the what to say, I can tell that even if it is not today, it has to be tomorrow for any CIOs or any IT heads. Because for the reasons, one is that the performance. We want in such a way that suddenly we are bringing a new schemes like that, we cannot increase the resources. If it is on the cloud, no, we can plan in such a way that my resources are being utilized accordingly, and I can share, increase my resource, or I can decrease the resources on the resource part. And second is that on lot of third party tools, there are now tools where we can't develop each and everything on prem. See what are the cloud tools or third party tools, integrate it and make that simplify. That is the thing. So these tools and all, now currently it is not available on on-prem, and we can't go in such a way that buying the tool and again integrate and do it. So everything has come on SaaS based. Buy this, use for few months, if you are comfortable, have it, or you can move to the other tool. So that is on the second. Third is on the application development. For the application development on-prem, it is difficult for the team to have it, because the tools availability is on the different side. If it is on the cloud, then it is easy for us to do the development. And third is on the business continuity. So if I can have in such a way that based on one region I can have my DEC, and I can move my DR to the other region, and which are the region is comfortable, I can plan it. So one is on the business continuity, second is on the third party integration, and third is on the resource management. For these three things, we need to have a strong security in place. Security is the only area where we have to focus more on cloud, where in such a way that I need to see the security where to fit in. Suppose a third party integration we have to do. If that APK is not a secure, then my app will have a issue on that. When I have a total APK, so many APKs, then I have to have a common visibility, and I need to ensure that the security is in place, the monitoring has to be taken care properly, and I should have a strong visibility. These are the areas where we are continuously we are concentrating, Adarsh.
Yeah, this is this is definitely
And one more thing which I want to add is that when you are asking about hybrid cloud or private cloud, how we are doing it. So currently we are moved couple of our core applications on a public cloud. A leading public cloud, we have moved it total application. And second is that we have a very big data center and disaster recovery site. So we can't move lock, stock, barrel to cloud. So we wanted to have in such a way that few services will be on the cloud, where the resource hungry and also resource specific, those things will be on cloud, and remaining will be on prem. So definitely it will be on the hybrid cloud, and definitely will be on the multi cloud. So multi cloud and hybrid cloud is the way in which we are going, and we are doing also.
interesting. I get your point. I get your point. So you're like a colo plus uh personal DC plus hyperscaler combination because you have additions on a daily basis. I can understand that. Absolutely lovely. Okay. Sendil, I think I've kind of run through from my question from a CX perspective, but one question that comes to my mind, and I think that's probably going to be my last question. You know,
20 million.
customers, 3,000 people plus offices. Uh, that means almost a servicing staff of extended servicing staff. I'm not even getting into that. You know, what did the lockdown do and to you, and how did you manage in the lockdown? You are the CTO. At the end of the day, the organization lights were completely dependent upon you. Everybody had to have a machine, everybody had to have internet, everybody had to have a connecting way, you had to have VPNs, and you're in BFSI, so you're dealing with my money. For example, if I'm taking a loan, I think my car loan is from you. So if I'm taking a car loan across from you, I can't have everything open out to people. And so how did you manage in COVID? That's a huge thing that I wanted to check with you, especially you, because you're dealing with multitude from a perspective and very very cautious data. So I'm gonna ask you about this. What how did Sriram Finance kind of manage during the COVID time frame and the entire spectrum? That's what I wanted to know.
Okay, so three areas where we are focused. So number one on the contact center team, number two on the development, number three on the user side. So what to say, the work from home culture is very new for a company like us, where we manage in such a way that even we don't give laptops for the users, only for a salesperson and who are on the management side only we were giving laptops earlier. So when the month of maybe January 2020 itself, when things are moving in such a way that the COVID has started and how things has to be moved. So It was a very gray area for us. So two things which we have did immediately is that how to plan the work from home. So
Hmm.
because of this lockdown, one thing is that okay, business was not happening, we had time to uh, plan. Second is that we come under essential act. So like a insurance company, being an
Hmm.
insurance company, there is, we can't close it. So especially on the contact center side, they have
Hmm.
to reach the customer, or customer has to reach them if there is something need. So what we
Absolutely.
made is that initially we have set up office where it will be like a closed environment, where a team was sitting in an office like a data center team, contact center team, select teams, where it has been closed, and we have told them, the users, the persons, that they should not go outside, or no one should not come inside. And we have arranged a pantry and something. We were doing it for 1 month, and then in this 1 month we had time to plan in such a way that how we can do that. So as I was telling, that we classified the contact center team, the development team, and also on the users team. We went with the VDI solution, where users can access the application in such a way that sitting from home through a VPN, they can connect it and they can use the data, and the data will get stored only on the server part. They cannot copy anything on their local machine where they are there. And second is that for the contact center team, we have asked them to go to their home, and we made in such a way that their mobile device is getting connected with our application, and from there the particular call will be routed to them, and they can take the call, and those recordings will be happening only in our contact center. And third is that we went with the PAM solution, that is privilege access management, for critical users, the admin users and all. We have in such a way that what are the transaction which they are doing, it will get recorded, and for a certain person they can connect it and they can use it. So they can't have in such a way that the data cannot be moved out. So these are the three areas where we have focused. Now it has come like a hybrid infrastructure, where some users, even though some they are not coming also, we are asking them to work from home due to certain factors. Still they could do that. But 90 percentage are working from office. Only 10 percentage are still working from home. That is, now we are very very comfortable. Even now 50 or even 100 percentage they can work from home also. The solution is adapted accordingly.
Wow. This is one question that kind of bewilders me always when I speak to CIOs, especially on this front, because COVID's been a nightmare across for
Lot
all
of
of you guys.
learning and new learn,
Yeah,
new
I know.
norm
I
it
can
is
totally relate.
created.
Thank you, Sendil. Thank you very, very much. Enlightening chat. Honestly, you know, uh, let me first compliment you from a CTO perspective. You know your business better than your business, by the way. So I'm sure I didn't ask questions about NPS and all, but you would have had an answer for that as well. But seriously, really amazed across from a perspective of what you gave an insight into the BFSI, capital management business. Thanks again. Thanks, Akash. Thanks for doing this. Really enlightening. That's all from me today.
Thank you so much, Mr. Sendel, for sharing your journey and views. And thank you so much, Mr. Adarsh, for driving the session.
Yeah, thanks. It was very wonderful to discuss with you, Adarsh. Thank you.
Hey, thank you, Sendil.